So, it's been a while since I vlogged, probably a week or so, just because a lot of shit's been going down in my life. Don't want to go there, it's all building up and I'm breaking down. Hey, but it's kitty meows, but that's usually what I go by. I think I had that one time, and then I forgot my YouTube password, so So I had to change it to kitty meows, and that's how that started. So, that's something I designed, by the way, all freehand. I just looked up graffiti. If you go to graffitimaker.com, you can look at words and stuff, and you can't do numbers. So the numbers I just did myself, but those letters I didn't copy them, but I freehand them. But the same kind of design they had on there, same as this. I did the designs in the inside of them, but the form of the letters are from Graffiti Creator. That one I did freehand. I got some freehand stuff I do. I'm into the whole graffiti kind of thing now. So I have a bunch of little signs with graffiti letters all over the place. So sorry, I did it. I'll talk about body modification. I'm gonna kind of start working on that because I do want to talk a little bit more about that. Because I'm afraid people get the wrong kind of idea about it. Body modification is changing your body in any way. Most people, when they hear the word body modification, they think, oh, well, tattoos, piercings, horn implants, stuff like that. No, piercings and tattoos, gauging. Well, it's not even called gauging. It's called stretching, by the way. You don't gauge your ears. Gauge is a measurement. So that's why I hate when people say I just learned that, so now I'm gonna stick to it because it's not called gauging. It's called stretching your ears because you are stretching your ears. Gauging is a measurement of length. So just gonna throw that out there. But people go towards there with stretching your ears, LeBret. I don't know. There's a lot of terms people don't get right. I just watched it on YouTube. Pangea Piercing. He's awesome. Watch him if you're into piercings. Yeah. I'm into piercings. I even plan on getting more, which is shocking. I just was thinking about it the other day. I'm getting my industrial done on this side, so it kind of evens out with this year, because I'm keeping my cartilage piercings in. I want to get my bottom lip pierced, just so it's do 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 do. I don't know, I just want it right here for some reason. I also plan on getting my belly button redone if that's possible with all the scar tissue. It's gonna hurt like a bitch if it is possible, but whatever. What else? Oh yeah, it's about what people. There's different body modifications: dyeing your hair, cutting your hair. Braces are body modifications. Liposuction, breast implants, Botox. All that stuff you're modifying your body in some way. That's the thing. With ear piercings, I got mine when I was 4. That was my first body modification, really. That was a big one. Trimming your hair is a body modification, but it's acceptable. If you have, tons of piercing on your face, that's not acceptable. If you tattoo, do, sleeves on both arms of tattoos, that's not that acceptable. But, there's some things that are acceptable. The Monroe piercings are acceptable. Nose rings, tongue rings, little lip rings other than Monroe. There's like little lip rings, ear piercings. At one side we have one of your cartilage done. That's like an in thing. Like I think last year it was like one, you have your lobes pierced like 2 or 3 times, and then you have that weird one cartilage piercing on one side. Don't know why, but that was like an in thing. I don't know if it still is. Yeah. But then there's other modifications that people aren't really happy with, like tattoos. Like this lady, like septum piercings, cheek piercings, like facial piercings, mostly, that aren't acceptable, but I have acceptable ones in there right now. But I feel like I'm gonna be a little less acceptable with my facial piercings when I get my bottom lip pierced, which I want. So I feel like I want to be a little less acceptable. But I feel acceptable now because nose are acceptable, lip rings are acceptable, tongue rings you don't even notice, and that's so, yeah. But I feel like people have the wrong terms for body modification, and I just want to clear it up because I feel watching all this stuff about Pangea piercing, it's all about, they do the modified world, which is modifying your body, which piercings are. If you get a cartilage piercing, that's any ear piercing, that's modifying. Oh, it might look cool, yeah, but that's more acceptable than, splitting your tongue. I feel like it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I need more light though. But because I just talk, but there's piercings that are acceptable, tattoos that are acceptable, and some that aren't. Septum piercing. Well, you can hide that. You can just flip it up in your nose, which I think is cool, but I don't really want to do that to myself. I think, again, because I'm a little still, okay. I'm like a little, how the people have the double nose piercings and then the septum because they like the symmetrical look. I would love to do that. That's why I feel like if I get my septum pierced, I would want this pierced too, to make it look symmetrical. But I don't think I have the face to pull that off, so I'm not going to go there. Yeah. Smileys. I think that's what it's called. This is not Medusa, this is Phallum, I think, or something like that. Smiley piercings, the lip piercings, all sorts. Not so much, but a few, snake bites. They're not even called snake bites. That's what you get bit by a snake. Double lip bottom lip piercings. What people call angel bites, which they're not. Cheek piercings are becoming a little more acceptable. They're not really acceptable right now, but they're becoming a little more acceptable. Septum piercings are acceptable. Nose rings are definitely acceptable by now. Lip rings, like these little things, becoming more acceptable. It's only when you have a few. Tongue rings you don't notice, like I said. Smileys you don't notice. Tongue webbing you don't notice. Venom piercings, which is piercings on 2 sides of your tongue, which I wanted, but thank God I didn't because that wouldn't have been possible, and I almost couldn't get my tongue pierced, so I'm happy with what I have. All sorts of ear piercings are acceptable. Job places now are you can only have your bottom, you can only have one set of earrings, and even though you have all these, no facial piercings, some workplaces say that. So basically what it comes down to, doesn't, you can have a good job and be pierced, or you can have a crappy job and be pierced. But I'm just saying, it's not just you it's not whether, you know, it's not just like all of a sudden, spur of the moment, I'm going to go out and get this tattoo, or I'm going to go out and get this piercing. The truth is, make sure it's, sorry, I'm not ADD right now. Make sure it's okay if you do have a job. First off, make sure it's okay with your work. I'd be like, hey, call up. You call up. Is it okay if I, get a tattoo here? Would I still have my job? Something like that. Or if I get this piercing, would I still have my job? Would I not get fired? Because you don't want to go out, get a piercing, get a tattoo in the wrong spot, go into work, and you get fired because you did not know that you're going to get fired for it. So it's always good to double check with your work if you do have a job, if it's okay to get that piercing. If you don't have a job, like I don't at the moment, I'm not planning on I wasn't planning on going to extreme piercings anyways, but as for someone like me that doesn't have a job and was looking for a job, I wouldn't go to extreme piercings anytime soon. Because I plan on working with animals, I'm probably going to have to take out my facial piercings for the time I am working. Just because that's what they want. Yeah. Alright, I gotta go to bed and do stuff. But that's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say, make sure it's okay with your job. Don't, you don't want to get fired over, spur of the moment. I'm going to go out and get this tattoo because I've been wanting it. But, I have a job. Make sure it's okay with them first. Like, I guess if it's, like, covered up by your uniform, I'd say that shouldn't matter because no one's going to see it. You don't, you wouldn't really have to make sure it's okay because no one's going to see it. But if, it's going to show a little during work, your boss probably will notice and will ask, and you just want to probably make sure it's okay. Like, if I didn't have long sleeves, I had short sleeves on, and I got one on my wrist, I would definitely ask my boss if that's okay. But if it's, like, in between my shoulder blades and wearing a collared shirt, no one's gonna see that, so I wouldn't bother asking, because there's no point, no one's gonna see it anyways. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. So, body form modification isn't all about tattoos and piercings, and make sure it's okay with your work if you do get any tattoos or piercings. That's all I gotta say. Bye!